I'm here with Sensei Ken Akiyama from New Hampshire, KAPAP instructor. So tell me a little bit about how you got into martial arts.
Well, I came from traditional karate, and I still continue to enjoy practicing karate, but honestly for me, I was looking for something that would enhance my self-defense skills, round out my skills more. And also from years of the hard training in karate, I felt like some pain in my body. And that was when Sensei Avi introduced me to the Machado Jiu-Jitsu. And I immediately saw the benefit for my back, my hips, and like a physical therapy. I also really appreciate the good mentality and the camaraderie and respect that the Machado Jiu-Jitsu conveys and perpetuates. And so I'm happy to be a part of the Machado Jiu-Jitsu family. And
what year was that you met Avi Nardia?
It was 2013. You know, it's funny. Originally, I was interested just to teach police officers. I thought maybe I could expand my business and work with just police. And I thought maybe Avi would show me something about putting handcuffs on or something, a simple trick, you know. And then I said, wow, when I met Sensei Avi, I said, my goodness gracious, the jiu-jitsu and everything that he has incorporated from the Japanese martial arts into KAPAP, the philosophy. And from there, it's just been such a rewarding road, that's led me here to the Machado group. So.
And tell me a little bit. I like the way you do your stretching, your breathing. So you were explaining earlier, and how you got into, how you developed that, and also if you had influence from gymnastica natural, or how was it?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about
so
that.
I coming from a karate background, practice a lot of forms. So I appreciate how form and structure gives you power, especially I'm a small guy. And so then I started to say, well, the form and structure, I did a little bit of wrestling in high school, and I was pretty successful in wrestling, and it was because of my understanding of form and structure. Then, when I started to see how the Machado not only uses structure, but also the flow between the exercises and the movements with the full body, so then I said, I think this is where I wanted to get involved more with the Jiu-Jitsu, is to practice this method of the flow, the animal movements, with the inspiration from the Gymnastica Natural. I also have some yoga background in psychology, and so I like to bring some of the teachings from meditation and yoga also into the practice to bring more knowledge with the breathing.
Yeah, you mentioned a teacher, is an Israeli teacher.
Yes, Moshe Feldenkrais was a name that Avi mentioned numerous times, and I hadn't gotten to that list of my reading, that part of my reading list yet, but then there was an article he posted on Facebook, and I read about Moshe Feldenkrais, and then as it turns out, he seems like very similar to like an Albert Einstein type of intellect, really ahead of his time, and what his teaching is all about is that it is that the body and the mind are inseparable from each other. And so that's one of the powers. When I look at the high level jiu-jitsu, like I see with you and your sons, and your brother Carlos was here today, when I see the high level jiu-jitsu, it's not just that they know a bunch of techniques, but it's the quality of the movement. It's also in BJJ, we know the personalities, great, humble people, very personable, calm and cool. And so I think that the movement in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is really conducive to maintaining like a calm demeanor. And that's the best self-defense you can have, right? Is to be calm and cool.
Yeah, no, I definitely like your approach to stretching, to the warm-up that we did. But you make it very unique, very your own style of it, which I like it, to have your own identity. But I remember Brazil, in my teens, the first person that I seen doing that, the creator, was Orlando Canning. He's still alive, he's an old master, and he was very advanced in yoga. But he was a pentathlon champion in his youth, and he developed this system in Brazil, the animal movements, and start training into the jiu-jitsu guys. So started Rickson and some high-level jiu-jitsu guys at the time. I remember Rickson was like probably the first one to do it, and then my brother started doing it, and we all got exposed to it, the breathing, that style of breathing, and the animal movements. And so really, then later he had students under him that started branching out and developed their own system, their own style. And I think really complements martial arts. So it's great to see you here today. All right.
Thank you, Professor.